You understand? Where's your heart? You understand? And touch a rock, I can make a list of touch a rock. You can make a list of dynasties. That's what I'm saying. You understand? Like, you know, I mean, we had the street justice crew, but that was beyond touch a rock. You understand? That was our b-boy thing, you know. But you know, when you did your job, you did whatever you did to bring out this history. You understand? Touch a rock guys were touch a rock. Dynasty were dynasty. You understand? And that's basically what it is, you know. And that's the history of rock, dog. That's it, you know.
Well, why are they called Dynasty Rock?
Dynasty Rockers were the first crew to have rockers on the back of the shirt. I thought that was crazy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Because we were touch of rock, and they were Dynasty Rockers. Dynasty Rockers is, I don't know, I think Dynasty Rocker was the thing that, because you know how karate had a lot to do with flips and fighting, and you understand? Mm-hmm. So that's why the name came in pretty good with that, you understand? It didn't sound phony. You know, it's just like our bicycle crew called Dynasty Bikers, you know? It's like, no. No, and karate was big back in the 70s, you know what I'm saying? So Dynasty was a thing that really, you know, it meant a lot of things. It meant there was Dynasty superior, big, you know, huge. And it meant too that, you know, they had the skills that they could do whatever they want to do. They dance, they jerks, their flips, their whatever, they you know, their moves, you know. Especially when they got into routine, you understand? And it matched into a lot of that rock, karate stuff, whatever stuff, you know. But, you know, that's about it. Fast rock, I don't know why. I didn't see anything fast. Disco rockers? I don't know, because I don't think those guys ever got into a disco. What is the other crew they had, whatever? Incredible Rockers? I didn't see much of Incredible Rockers. I don't remember any whatever. No. I do remember Wheel and Willow dancing with, but I just remember them from Bushwick and Charlie Rock. I don't.
How about Papo and the other guys?
Papo or Dynamic Spinners. Those guys were a DJ crew when they first came out, man. They were a strictly DJ crew, and then what happened was that once they started dancing, you know, they want to distinguish themselves from other crews. They want to let people know. See, the Dynamic Spinners were pretty strange though, because they were pretty unique. They danced with Dynamic, they danced with Dynasty, either they would have danced with Rock, because that guy, JR, you know, he danced with cars, joked around with cars, and he came out, and his other boy, JR, whatever, and Clarky, man, he was a sweetheart, man. He, you know, it was all, you understand?
So
and Papa was connecting with Dynasty, so they figured, you know, we're the Dynamic Spinners, but that was them distinguishing itself completely away from any other crew. But Dynamics were Dynamics, and Dynamics was a DJ crew. I remember them when I used to go to this club called The Joint, and they were all Dynamic Spinners, and they were DJs. That's it. They all used to grab a piece of equipment, and if there was a party somewhere and you had to pay $5, they all would grab a crate, and they all got it free. But you know, they weren't, you know, well, they weren't. There wasn't a crew though, but they became very successful when it came to the routine. They really, you know what I'm saying? They were, you know what it is, why they became very successful to the routine was because back in the days of little Dave and those guys, whatever, they was jerks, but they weren't as much jerk. You understand? They was more like freestyle, whatever. So when, you know, like when I mean freestyle, it's a lot of freeze, you know, like stuff like that. So they were able to turn around and you know, put some routines together, man. Because Papa, whoever he got together, man, he pulled out some nasty stuff. He got together with Manny, he did some nice stuff. He did stuff with Papa, with Poochie, he was still with Poochie. And then you got the Little Dave Rockers that was the same way too. Little Dave had them more in the routine top too. There was that guy Uchi and Hoochie, whatever. They were another routine crew. They were part of the dynamic. They were part of the. Why doesn't Little Dave bring Rockers from his? I don't know, why don't he go out and find Hoochie and those guys? Because those guys were bad, man. They had no. And then you had Lenny and T. You know those guys. They weren't dynamic. They weren't no crew. They used to just. If anything, they were more like with Little Dave people, like, you know? Yeah. They used to teach those guys. That's why Little Dave, when Little Dave pulled out the Little Dave Rocker, he did exactly what you've been doing now. Little Dave Rocker did not bring out his Little Dave Rockers to battle. He didn't. He just bring out the Little Dave Rockers as helping kids, you understand? Learn the dance, and that's what it was. He didn't bring them out to battle, whatever. That's why when the routine came out, they did routine. Well, they did. They went out there to try to burn, but they couldn't really burn with the dynasties and Kentucky Rock. You know, we were like our numbers were too big. You understand?
How many in crew?
And the crew?
Yeah.
I started about 7. I think Dynasty started with 100.
Get out of here.
They had a lot because they had an organization that everybody got involved. They DJ'd, they had the Sounds of Dynasties. And I think
you guys didn't have your own DJ?
Yeah. We did. We had Majestic Disco Sound. We were Explosion Sound at first. I was the DJ. Yeah, I used to DJ. And then we pulled out the MDS, with Majestic Disco Sounds. And Dynasty had the Sounds of Dynasty, but the Sounds of Dynasty came out before the Dynasty Rock crew. That's how it went. So that's where the established 73 comes from, right?
Yeah, the name from the karate movie.
Okay.
What name is that?
The Sounds of Dynasty.
It was the Dynasty something. It was the karate movie.
Yeah, well, every crew, the 7 dynasties. That's what I say. All the karate movies, Dynasty. And there was a lot of Dynasty. You understand? And that's why when Dynasty came out with their crew, Dynasty Rockers, it didn't sound bad at all. You know, people were feeling it because it wasn't like I said, like a fast rock or face and rocker. Where did they get a name like that, though?
Phasic?
What is that?
They came later.
What is that? What is a phasic?
Phasic is like from the amplifier, phasing ears. Some people would take stuff from equipment.
I know, Technique Rockers. Well, there is that guy. Remember the Technique? What is that?
Just Begun Rockers. From Just
oh yeah, I remember those guys. Just Begun Rockers. I remember those guys too.
So who are these MTC Jitterbugs?
I was Rocky Nelson.
That's his crew?
Yeah, it was a DJ crew, and it was a DJ crew. MTC. It was Music to Communicate. And then he brought out the Jitterbug because that was just a way of him getting free of the dances. But Rocky Nelson was an amazing dancer, though. You know, he did his stuff, you know.
Oh, I heard he was a good freestyler.
Nah, he was more, well, he did a freestyle. I mean, he had everything. He had a freaking jerk that, back in his days, I'm talking the 74s, man. He was 73s, man. I'm telling you, he was the father of a raw band. That's why, and everybody always believed that Rocky Nelson was raw band. They used to always think that all the younger kids, even if you see right now, if you speak to probably kids that are right now, probably 32, 33, it's like, yeah, back in the day, I remember, yeah, raw band was this guy. They explain him, oh yeah, I remember seeing raw band, but he was bad. But what they're talking about Rocky Nelson. They're not talking about what we talking about when we talking about raw band. You understand? That's why the guys that are 36, 37-year-old, whatever, when they take raw band, whatever, like Snoopy and stuff. I asked Snoopy that question. I said, Snoopy, who was raw band? Wasn't that Rocky Nelson Bus? You know, I was like, yeah. And Snoopy is like 37, 36. They all believe that Rocky Nelson was raw band. You know, the original raw band, but, you know, it's a history behind that raw band.
Yeah.
But Sparky's telling me, I was talking to Sparky though, he was telling me that